Welcome back to the Alpe Adria International Championship. We are here in Grabnik for the round one of this 2025 season. A big news of this year is that we are going to have with us even Unica that will comment all our races from our studio. So welcome on board Unica, and let's go and discover what happened in this round one.
Thank you, Fabiana. Yes, I will comment from here along with you on this race weekend. But the surprises are not over for this 2025 that has really started with the full throttle. But now, put your suits, gloves and helmet on and join me for the onboard of the Grabnik circuit, better known as Rijeka.
Good morning from Rijeka. We're on the track with Marius Chikulat for our ride. We immediately enter a long straight that ends in a tricky right-hand bend, followed by a 90-degree left-hander. A brief acceleration leads to a double right-hand turn with two curves connect. We now approach a left-hand hairpin, heading back towards the pad. Then, a slight right-hander leads us into a tricky downhill serpentine. A strong braking at the end of the descent to the right. But watch out, because you might slip. Next, we climb up the hill with a series of spectacular corners, all in acceleration, where overtakes and counter-overtakes happen. We accelerate until we reach the left-hand hairpin. It's very wide, so we need to manage the throttle carefully. It's crucial for the restart, as we enter a slight right-hander that is taken entirely in acceleration, leading onto the straight where we can reach speeds of over 250 kilometers per hour.
Back in the studio, let's see what is the feeling in the paddock. With one last clip before jumping full throttle into the qualifying practices.
So, first round of this season, I have a very important question for you. It's a little bit even difficult and tough to answer.
Okay.
So, we had a scene with some of your riders.
Yes.
Are they better on the grid and on track, or as dancers?
Oh, it's a very difficult question. Very difficult question to answer, but I think I can honestly say they should stick to riding motorbikes.
Okay, maybe you can decide yes or no, and we will see with votes from.
The first seasonal event of the Alpe Adria International Motorcycle Championship 2025 at the Grabnik circuit in Croatia was a real success, with filled grids and races full of emotion and surprises, including a photo finish and many different winners. This shows us the great desire to get back into action after a long winter. The weekend was tough with unpredictable weather, but this didn't scare our riders. The paddock was packed with teams, featuring 7 grids in 10 different categories, making the technical checks started on Thursday quite challenging. Great effort was also put in by the teams who worked on small adjustments, collaborating with our technical inspection team that supported all operations. Friday began with the first free practice sessions on the circuits, where riders started to stretch their legs and learn by heart all the corners of the Croatian track. The windy day wasn't ideal for our riders, as it didn't allow them to push their braking points to the limit and test the full potential of their bikes. However, the sunny and windy Friday gave us a glimpse of the performance level. Despite the rising level of the competition, the good mood among the riders was evident, and they even showed us their dancing skills with some funny little dance moves, and why not, some affectionate greetings as well. Speaking of food, the day ended with the briefing. Another Saturday novelty was the signatures of the knee sliders by the pole position riders, which will be auctioned off for charities. A great gesture from our championship and the riders who participated. Thank you. But even better was the welcome apparatus. After the first racing day is over, Saturday is for getting everything ready for the morning pole position.
Jan, come va la moto? Ok. Ok.
Here. We will continue with the Kawasaki 400, the Pullman.
Avete detto quale beneficenza?
And even here. So these sliders will go to the association. We will do something for them,
Thank you so much.
even
Thank you.
for the bikes, and see you afterwards.
Thank you. See you later.
Okay, now there is the break with the pit walk, and see you all at the pit walk and then at the races. Right? We have our pole position ceremony in which we are going to give the prize given to all, to each poleman of each class of the Alpe Adria International Championship. So let's go all together and discover the poleman.
For the Super Sport 600, Etienne Kantan-Basic. For the 600, the next generation, Luca Tommasini. For the 600 cap, Roberto Berlini. Fourth bike, pole position, Konstantinos Mavropoulos. Mark 1000, pole position, Max Melzer. Mark 1000. Superbike, pole position goes to Michael Villa. Capo 1000. I'm too fast. Capo 1000, Vukashin Vaic. For the Super Sport 300, Vaclav Wittmann. And for the Kawasaki, we have Latin Julius.
My name is Adria.
We have also the stock 600 of Mitya Bodjelt, but we think it's not here, so we are going to give it to him afterwards.
Guys, just a little bit.
All together,
And maybe
hold tight
not
for
a
the photo.
Second row.
Second row, yes.
First row. Smaller ones in the front.
All near to each other, have a family group photo for us.
Now I leave to the speech to Unica that will tell you what happened in this round one with race one and race two. She will explain you in detail each thing that happened.
Well, thank you, Fabiana. Are you ready to see what happened in the 2 rounds of this Croatian weekend?
And finally, after joking in the paddock, now we're getting serious. As we were saying, the weekend has complicated weather, so we bet we're going to get a show. But we start from the anthem and from our guests, the Lion Club Parone, because like every year, they're visiting us. But no more chit chat, time's running. in Supersport 300, where for the first competition the winner is Vaclav Bitman on Kawasaki, in front of his compatriot Radek Lamic and Molnor Itzvan. We must mention the great performance given us by Patricia Sowa and Lucia Murgazova, 5th and 6th on the finish line. Big show even for the lower category, in particular in the Supersport 300, where only 21 thousandths or seconds were dividing Vaclav Bitman and Radek Lamic, with Barta Kristov completing the podium, followed by Patricia Sowa and Lucia Murgazova. At the end of the race, after starting twice because of the crazy weather and a few falls, Diego Miloc won in the Supersport 600, followed by Etienne Cantar-Bozic and Daniel Ersek. Win for the Supersport new generation is Luca Tommasini. Viktor Matkowski succeeded in both the final ranking and the Stock 600 on his Honda, before Carlo Grisic and Enei Logan. Between many riders for the Supersport 600, it has been Etienne Cantar-Bozic, the second in the final ranking. Behind him, the Italians Diego Miloc and Nicolò Travisan. The Cup 1000 had a grid particularly sold out with almost 40 bikers, in which Robert Anakiev got the better with his Kawasaki, winning against Attila Nagy and Christoph Nemeth. In the super crowded grid of the Cup 1000, Leon Djorkac imposed himself on Robert Anakiev and Alessandro Spinazze. All three of them made a big difference on the of the season is the arrival of the sports bike category, which will be present in the World Championships from 2026. Julius Latain closed the first race of the season with his Kawasaki, followed by Lukács Owen and Costantino Mavropoulos, third and first in the Yamaha R7 Cup. Gara 2. In sport bike, Costantino Mavropoulos imposed himself in both the first ranking and the Yamaha R7 Cup, preceding Julius Latain and Davide Cipolletta. The top category, considered the Superbike favorite, was once again dominated by the multi-champion Michael Filla, riding the Ducati Panigale V4R. The Czech rider proudly waved his flag on the podium. Hannes Schalfsal was second, managing to hold off Christopher Bargum, who fought hard to secure third place. Gara 2. In Saturday's race, Christopher Bergam pushed even harder and got the best of everyone, despite a thought battle, and won, with Michael Filla closing in the second and Hurricane mate Smado grabbing third. In the Stock 1000, the winner of the first race, Hannes Schalfsfeld, had to withdraw due to technical issues, leaving the way open for mate Zamato, followed on the podium by Marco German and Martin Schuster. victory in the Cup 600. Roberto Perlini took the top step of the podium ahead of Filip Kurkik and Jindřich Skopek, with the three separated by just over a second. Gara 2. Another thrilling race in the Cup 600 where Czech rider Jindřich Skopek narrowly beat Roberto Perlini in a sprint finish, with Teo Sekulik stepping onto the lowest step of the podium. This category is marked by constant overtakes. Last but not least, the BMW Cup, a slightly more niche category, but still spectacular. The BMW 1000RR bikes are captivating and have a unique charm. They gave us a breathtaking head-to-head battle. The two races gave us a very clear result, showing on track the value of
And it's time to say goodbye. It has been a hell of a ride, but kudos to the riders who pushed through this tough weekend despite the bad weather conditions. And kudos to us for not giving up and offering you a well-deserved show. But what about the greetings? Is Fabiana supposed to greet you? Or it should be us? We'll see you right after Pannonia for the special episode. And don't leave us. We will give you some extra contents about the races with some insights and comments from the Bologna studios.
Unica, I'm here to present you even another new entry in the staff, our magical, beautiful Elsa. How was it this first round?
It was amazing. Your team is wonderful. I love you. And of course, thank you everybody. And we'll see you at round 2
at the Pannonia Ring in June. So be with us and thanks again. A huge hug and kiss from all the staff of Alpe Adria.